We all know Magic can be expensive and stressful. Building a top tier deck not only takes money, but time to stay abreast of competitive developments and changes in the metagame as well. So you turn to EDH for that casual getaway from being a spike, but the kitchen table arms race begins. What started out as a way to play your favourite bulk rares in the back of your folders becomes a combo centered escalation as everyone invests more and more money into the format. And before you know it, one prick is reanimating Vorin Klex and you turn one upkeep before anyone even has a land in play. Fucking nonsense. But what if I told you there was another way? Welcome one and all to my new favourite format, one ticket EDH. A format where you have to be able to buy your entire deck for approximately $1. That's right, not per card, but the entire thing, the whole deck. The stack of cards with which you must defend your honour, your baby, your creation. It is fucking cheap. This is obviously an online format as cards are a darn sight cheaper on MTGO. However, it could be converted to work in paper too, as these decks often come out as a fraction of the price your average EDH end boss spends on his fold out Angus Mackenzie Storm deck. So here's how it works. Your best resource for standardised pricing is to get everyone to input their list onto MTGO Goldfish. This will price the deck as you go. The whole deck, including Commander, must come to under $1 by the established cut-off date for your next game night. So if you set it to be the Friday before the Saturday that you're going to play, that allows everyone to get the deck list submitted and saved. You can lock in your deck list ahead of that date to avoid price fluctuations and hikes, but then you should be a gentleman and not change it afterwards. If you change it, you're a fucking coward and there's no fitter punishment than death. The decks aren't all bulk and draft commons like you'd think though. Due to the rather unique online economy, cards like Survival of the Fittest are only 0.02 tickets a pop. Yeah, these decks can still be degenerate and dumb if that's what you're into. At this point I should introduce you to some unique lingo that comes with the format. Firstly, a micro. This is a term coined by John the Baptist to denote 0.01 of a ticket. It makes it easy to discuss the format as a whole and the pricing of cards when brewing with your friends, whilst giving an air of elitism and legitimacy whilst confusing newer players. Secondly, we have move to attacks, which roughly translates to let me see which of my creatures can attack John without getting themselves killed. Keep these two bits of jargon in mind and you'll go far, kid. So the price of an entire game of 4 EDH decks for 4 players is 4 tickets. The going price for a ticket is approximately 83 cents from MTGO tickets, 83 cents in English sterling is 63p, which is just a little bit bigger than my arsehole. 4 lots of 63p is £2.52, so a whole game of this format comes to £2.52 or $3.39. So that makes an entire 4-man game with this format cheaper than a chicken kebab, a USB 2.0 male to female cable, a Big Mac meal, a 4-pack of Carling Lager, though who would buy that shit I do not know, a paper copy of Ripjaw Raptor, quarter of a Moroccan tagine, a booster pack of your favourite recent Magic the Gathering set, and the upside is these cards won't get banned from standard and lose all their value anytime soon. This Shockwave's extra strong hold gel 200ml knocked down from £6.22 to £4.22 on Amazon.co.uk. A rim job from a trustworthy prostitute. An Uber from Hounslow to Twickenham. Entry into your local nightclub. Baggie of rather suspect looking pills and tabs in the toilet of said nightclub. Or a bag of zucchinis. Or as people that know how to speak English correctly would call it, an avocado. And before you go down to the comment section below to tell me that zucchinis are actually called courgettes in England and not avocados, I know. I was born in the courgette. You merely adopted it. For the price of one unlimited Mox Pearl on Star City Games right now, you could buy approximately 280 one-ticket Commander games. That's 4 decks each. That's 1,000 one-ticket Commander decks. Talk about value. And as always, a massive shout out to my beloved patrons for supporting the channel. The spices are scrolling past right now. Thank you so much for the support. If you want to get involved supporting the channel, then click the Patreon link that I will put on screen in the cards now or in the description below. And of course, my sponsors, MTGO Traders for all the digital card needs and Cape Fear Games for the physical. Both websites offer you a discount when you use the code GGGetWrecked at the checkouts. That's 8% off the digital traders and 5% off the physical at Cape Fear Games. Cape Fear does free domestic first-class shipping on orders over $10 and do ship internationally as well. They're top lads, the top shop offering a top service. If you are looking to get your one-ticket EDH decks, why not buy your friends a deck each? Just put all 4 decks into a notepad, import it into the deck feature on MTGO Traders and order it from there with the discount code. Cheap as chips. So without further ado, let's take Wizard Tribal Mizzet through its paces in a 4-man game. And if you're looking for hyper-competitive tuned lists and solid decision making, leave whilst you still can. Abandon all hope, ye who enters here. For this game we have my regular stream guest and co-pilot Rob the White Robbit piloting Cleric Tribal Ayli. or Ayli, or however the fuck you pronounce it. He's a holy man, and this is his work. We have Jason, also known as Eno the Strife, or Eno the Strife, or I don't actually know. Piloting budget 5-colour Scion the Dragon, because the first thing you do when you village you have a strict budget restriction is to go to a 5-colour mana base. And then we have Alex, also known as Jetpack_Blues over on Twitter, piloting Trostani, because he wants to gain more life than everyone else, have more creatures than everyone else, and have more fun than anyone else. All of these guys are over on Twitter if you want to at them with some jovial banter about their life choices today, or follow them as part of a friendly MTG community. I am piloting Mizzet for this first game, as he was my first ever commander that I fell truly in love with and began to tune back when I was playing Commander more regularly. The idea is for the deck to be as combo and permission centric as possible. Some of my card choices here though are simply for the meme. I have won the die roll because I'm great at this game, and I have drawn Flame Jab and Windfall. Life is good. I draw the third land because better lucky than good, I guess, and we get this shit show on the road. No one has a turn 1 play because Soul Ring is currently not legal in this format due to its price. Yep, you heard me right. The great divider of Commander Puritan opinion is not a concern for this format. Welcome to your new favourite format. I play Izzet Guildmage, who looks like he is playing a jazz flute made out of Aether, and Rob deploys his general, Ayli. As a famous man once said, the clerics are coming! The clerics are coming! Jason unfortunately declined the invitation to join the Turn 2 Play Club. We all know his hand is absolutely chock full of 6 mana plus dragons. Alex decides to get in on Rob's cleric racket with another cleric. However, I like the idea of showing him the true power of the mighty king of recursion, Flame Jab. So I shoot his little creature and kill it with Flame Jab in my turn, which feels very good and quite funny.
It's Commander.
It's Flame Jab.
Alex pretends to get salty.
You're the worst.
He's also good at pretending to be salty. Great acting there, Alex, honestly. Yeah, you're definitely not salty. We attack Jason because I'm not here to make friends, but it would be unfair to shit all over Alex completely. Rob plays another cleric, which comes as a surprise to literally no one ever. Stalwart Stewart is similar to Ajani Pridemate in many ways, however...
But Ajani's Pridemate is not a cleric, so... he's not allowed in this deck.
Rob attacks me as he sees me as not only a threat to this table, but also to his masculinity. It's probably my beard. Jason, being the altruistic, kind-hearted, community-minded individual that he is, plays Rites of fucking Flourishing, which is a Howling Mine and an extra land drop for everyone in the game every turn. He pretends that his deck is a group hug deck, but I don't believe him. Alex resolves his commander, which makes me feel a little bit sick. I make 2 land drops thanks to the rights and consider my options, and then in spite of being able to develop my board state here, I decide to Windfall because everyone loves to draw cards. Am I right? I am the very definition of charity. I draw half of my infinite damage combo where I can machine gun one person out of the game with Niv Mizzet by soul bonding him to the tandem lookout, where I ping, draw a card, ping, draw a card over and over until someone is dead, and then recycle my graveyard into my library using a card like is it called Thoughts from the Past or some shit? I don't know. I attack Jason because if living through the Second Gulf War has taught me anything, it's that preemptive strikes never ever turn out to have terrible repercussions further down the line. Rob plays a cleric's matter sacrifice outlet on a land. Yeah, this boy's done his homework, he knows his clerics. He plays a Suture Priest and a disciple of Fuck You Vince, and then attacks me in an unprovoked act of clerical aggression. Jason gets ever closer to full Scion Wooburg, but in the meantime plays a Dragonlord Servant to reduce his costs and bring him some ham. He plays Curiosity on this newly summoned protection from Red Dude because people are mean and hate me. I like this somewhat best for Curiosity because it has someone curiously peeping in on a group of people who are curiously talking about a curious toilet roll on a curious table. It's kind of odd. Alex plays Parallel Lives and an Anointed Priest, and I get horrible flashbacks of seeing token decks going off in current standard coverage. Of course, I haven't seen this kind of thing with my own eyes because I don't hate myself enough to play standard right now. The rest of the table don't seem to perceive this as much of a threat, as you can see from them all attacking me prior to this card coming down. I point out that Alex is going to get out of hand real quick, and he responds by slapping me with Trostani. Thanks, mate. I decided to go for the most fun line here, and instead of wrathing the board like I could or perhaps should, I decided to play both Gutter Snipe and Tandem Lookout and Soul Bond them. I need to untap and get back to my next turn to start drawing all of the cards. Rob plays the biggest fucking cleric I have ever seen in the form of a 10/10 Custody Soulbinders. He swings at me again, which is nice, I guess. Jason plays a completely harmless and unassuming card called Steel Hellkite. Unfortunately, Alex gets to untap with Parallel Lives in play. He plays another cleric because these boys love a good bit of the 2-drop cleric action. Need to Wrath. I should really be using my Starstorm and Challenger's Ignition to blow up everything here, but the allure of leaving everyone else to sort themselves out is too fucking much. So I decided to cast as many spells as I can in a turn. I Mystic Retrieval Windfall back, trigger Gutter Snipe, and Jason scares the shit out of me by whispering in response. I thought it was going to be a fucking Spell Pierce or something. Gutter Snipe fires off and lands me 3 new cards. I find a land drop and Alex asks me nicely not to Windfall this turn.
Buy back
No,
Durakan.
don't do that.
Jesus.
Oh,
Be
Oh,
casting
yield.
Windfall, bro.
Daka. Draw a card.
Please don't be casting Windfall this turn.
So I Windfall this turn. Alex ponders and asks an important question.
Is your deck just going to mill all of us? Do you have Jason's Archivist in your deck, Vince?
I think he grossly overestimates my ability to actually plan ahead or take EDH seriously. In response to my Windfall, Alex makes a knight off of Selesnya Charm, which in turn is 2 knights and 8 life gain due to the ETB effects of Trostani and Parallel Lives and the Anointed Priest, and fuck you, Alex. Because my hand was so stacked after Gutter Snipe, everyone draws 11 cards. See, I'm all about that party. I flame jab Alex's face twice because he looked at me funny and I draw 6 more cards. I am then done clowning around and discard a load of chaff and pass the turn. Rob kills Alex's cleric with a card that says destroy target cleric on it and has a crystal skull in the art. Who would have thought this is the magic I'll be playing tonight? Yeah, Rob goes deep with his themes. Whilst Rob is mulling over options on his turn, Jason asks for some hypothetical information from the table, not at all giving away what is in his hand right now.
You'd be surprised at how much it matters. For example, if I had a Rite of Replication and next turn 9 mana to copy Suture Priest several times.
Then Rob does what any self-respecting head of an organised religion would do and declares himself the king, the monarch, the head of fucking state. Rob attacks Alex with Big Daddy Cleric Man and brain farts and forget that Jason's curiosity says opponent attacks Jason with it. It gets blocked by a big old dragon and before combat it is sacrificed in the name of the Lord. In Jason's turn he plays Fires of Yavimaya. Oh dearie me. He then casts a Pirate Revival, which is going to be particularly silly considering that I have cast Windfall twice this game already.
Oh man, there's gonna be triggers.
Oh my god!
At this point, no one knows what the fuck is going on, as there appears to be approximately 100 triggers on the stack at this point in time. People start to get very confused, people aren't auto-yielding, MTG is struggling to let people auto-yield. All the while, I begin to question why I wanted to play this format in the first place. All for the low price of 1 portion of egg fried rice. Jason puts his Scourge of Valakut triggers on the stack, all pointed at Alex's face, because he's Alex, and he needs to fucking learn. We spend 5 minutes watching Alex have to manually put Suture Priest triggers on the stack. I don't know if it's because Modo's messing up, or because Alex is an idiot. Either way, it's fun. Lots and lots of fun. In amongst this, I have 1 trigger from Mizzet Chronarch. If you look closely, you can see how fucking disapproving he is of this whole affair that we're in. Fucking kids, he thinks. The triggers resolve slowly but surely, and Alex goes up to 50 life and then drops to 20 odd life. Jason swings with a lethal army of dragons to try and kill me, and he claims that he'd randomly selected who he'd attack. It just happened to be randomly convenient that it would kill me. He also at the same time looks to clock Alex to a lower life total and dethrone Rob from being the monarch. Colligan's trigger means that his flying onslaught is fucking huge and definitely means that I'm dead. However, I block as best I can and Rob blocks with an angel that Jason didn't notice he had come back to life with Revival, and Alex gets used out of his Penumbra Spider and his little angelic skirmishy thing to save his proverbial bacon. I am dead on board unless the merciful monarch Rob decides to kingmake by preventing damage to me with his wonderfully bizarre board state. A monster apothecary that I've never seen in my life, and a plethora of clerics. Prevention bubbles go on, and I survive on a rather pathetic 7 life, but that's much better than minus 19. Alex casts Mirari's Wake, which is great, and Sandworm Convergence, which is pretty scary, which basically means that Jason cannot kill him with his lethal army of dragons next turn. At the end of the turn, a worm is made, duplicated, triggers life gain, and Alex ascends back above his starting life total again. What a fuck. I untap with Evacuation in hand and feel good about my chances now that I have survived thanks to Rob's benevolent reign. I flame jab Alex's face to send a message and draw 3 cards off of the Gutter Snipe trigger. Jason is on 10. I could realistically kill him here if I get the chance to go to combat or to use my flame jab multiple times, but instead I drew Rite of Replication and I am blinded by greed. I can replicate my Gutter Snipe and then shoot everyone for a lot of damage with my flame jabs. I cast the Rite, trigger Jorien, trigger Gutter Snipe, and feel like I'm living what the kids are calling the dream. I then die, suddenly and out of nowhere. I quickly realised that I had yielded to Suture Priest triggers and the Rite of Replication made enough creatures for them to trigger and kill me.
Congratulations. you played yourself.
And that's it. That's the end of the story. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and... I'm only kidding. Let's go back to the game and see who wins, eh? Rob's turn next, and he goes digging for something with increasing ambition. A tinted remedy to keep Alex in check and unable to gain any more life or play any more creatures. Some politics is happened between Rob and Jason. Jason asks if Rob will sacrifice his Suture Priest in order to allow him to right replicate his Scourge of Valkus in order to dome Alex for lethal, as Rob and Jason can't realistically attack him in combat. Rob obliges, showing a knack for the politics of EDH. Alex starts to try and play fucking mind games with everyone and Jason by saying,
How do you intend to beat Rob once you kill me?
my response something along the lines of, shut up Alex, no one cares what you're fucking thinking and shit, just do it! Just do it! With the Suture Priest gone, Jason casts Rite of Replication kicked on Scourge of Valkus in order to shoot everyone to death. Rob had not done the math to realise that this would also kill him. There is a lot of triggers here. Welcome to Magic the triggering. Alex is dead. However, during this triggering, Jason makes a gentleman's agreement, perhaps in cockiness, to kill Alex with the Valkus triggers and attack Rob for lethal with his creatures. Rob agrees to this. However, what Jason forgot was an innocuous little enchantment that caused him to lose 1 life each time a creature is declared as an attacker against Rob. He dies, and Rob is crowned King of the Clerics, Master of Clerical Psychology, winner of the first ever on-camera one-ticket EDH game on the PleasantKenobi channel. GG Cleric E. I hope you enjoyed the video. It's a hell of a lot of fun to play, and it's probably my new favourite casual format. The decks are fresh and interesting and different, and the games are suitably silly, political, and not to be taken seriously. What commanders would you like to see in future on the One Ticks Commander videos on this channel? Have you got a list that you want us to have a look at and pilot? Any cards that you think we've not realised are cheap enough to be played in this format? Let me know in the comment section below. If you have a list, ping it over to me or any of the boys in this video over on Twitter. In the meantime, be sure to like, comment with your thoughts, and subscribe if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to get notifications whenever I go live with new content. Come hang out on a Monday night when we stream as well. I stream every single Monday. I've got a charity stream coming up on the 8th of December. I'll be streaming for 24 hours from 7 PM to 7 PM, playing Modern, Legacy, Standard, EDH. So come hang out, give somebody the child's play, and feel good about a community that can do some good. I've been PleasantKenobi, and this has been the introduction to the cheapest and silliest MTGO format going. Until next time, stay frosty and be good to each other. Or I'll come around your house and I'll shit in your mouth.